Hello and welcome. Right, we've faffed around for long enough without grabbing this straw. We're going to have to grab the bales. Let's just repair this. Going to leave. I didn't want to do any of this off camera without sort of you being present. We shall get this repaired. Order a baler for now. Remind myself what is in the sales today. Or another Samaz. Yeah, there's a lot of repetition and a lot of Samazers. A lot of duets. Yeah, the Elho duets. That's it. Right, repair, yes. And repair we may as well, being as the repair is like it is. Is there yeah, there's no barrels on that yet, is there? There's the... Is there any, like, a fuel point here? Because there are at some and there are not at others. There's an electric point. No, it's not an electric point. It's a... What is this here? That does not look like a fuel tank. So it looks like... Well, we're not... No, we're not bad. No, we're not. We haven't moved this a lot. This we did, and we actually did it last session. So, yeah, I've got the ramps down ready. Yeah, it has. It's not done a lot. So, yeah, so let's get that order. I love how low profile the Merlot is. It is really... The cab comes higher, but the actual body is so sleek and low. Right, so we need to order a baler. I'm hoping we get one, because there are sometimes a baler is better. I always go through that in my mind about what's better, a baler or a forage wagon, and there are times when both are better than the others. Do we? No, we go round definitely, because we've got a round. Yeah, now I like the 180s. I do believe the Anderson supports that. I'm sure it does. Yeah, vehicles. I'm not sure if it will show you on the Anderson. Will it show you 24 bales? Yes, 180. It does all the important information. Right, so then let's go back and grab a baler, a round baler, and we do indeed want that very one, and we want to standard net. What's the difference? Film binding. Okay. Standard net will do us, and we want to lease it. We could afford to buy it just, but it would clear us out, and I'd sooner yeah, so let's grab that, stick it on the back of there. I think I said this last session as well, or one of the sessions a few sessions ago, was the fact that I really do like... I could take the Samaz as well, but then we're going to use the... No, we could sort of... No, let's just concentrate on one job at a time. Yeah, definitely. So it's got 2 round bale nets. Not sure if we're going to need any more, because, well, yeah, I was bale wrapping on Zilonka. I couldn't think of the words are a bit slow coming today. Yeah, I've started a Let's Play on Zilonka. I really have fallen in love with that one. But the love has not been shown the map. The conversion is not 100% working. It really reminds me of going back to Sri Lanka, like in the early days when it was all broken and not working right. And the train used to thrash all my stuff around, and that didn't get fixed in all of the time that I actually was on Sri Lanka. Yeah, the farmers market is supposed to be a sell point, and it doesn't actually. Yeah, it's not working. So let's let that go. Yeah, so basically I dropped off a load of silent. I'm in the back of my mind, I'm sure the same happened to me on FS22. I had this deja vu moment. Let's grab that. Oh, it's not very, very nice. Right, okay, so we want to send this ahead. I think this is slightly faster. Yeah, now I've been jumping out of the tractor, but I don't really think you need to. I think you just go on the map and whatever. I think you can do this from any screen as long as you click on the vehicle. So set destination. We want to go on our fields 25. Yes, it is field 25. We stick it about on that path. Should you'd have thought actually worked. And then we want to jump into our telehandler. Cool, I do love this. The fact that this is going to be a tractor, I may well be choosing this on Let's Plays where we don't have a tractor because it's 150 grand, 170 horsepower tractor stroke. Ooh, we're having some glitches. Yeah, there's a few glitches. That's why I've got autosave on. It really is quite terrible. Just checking I've got my power on, because this laptop goes into like power conservation mode if you make the mistake. Because I have a couple of times of like starting this. I always look whenever there's any kind of glitching, but it's base game and it's just, yeah. So I'm still nice, but there's some nice surprises and some reminders of base game rules that I'd sort of forgotten because I played Precision Farming. That, yeah, there's really weird glitches going on. Very, very strange. I have to yeah, this is field 26. We need to like go around. Did that go across the field? No, it's just perspective, I think. Yeah, we're in September. We have to remember December's the month we need to be shifting our bread, and it does seem that you can't. That's the point. We can actually do this with this, can't we? Yeah. Didn't quite judge that quite right, did I? We'll get it out your road in a minute, Mister or Mrs. We could sort of very carefully. Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot about that. Let's get that shifted. Now, I believe we will be doing everything. Took a long time to get. Yeah, we are going to be grabbing everything, doing all of the work, because this is one thing that this cut-down version of when I say courseplay, I don't mean that it is true courseplay, but it is very, very similar to courseplay. Well, as an avid courseplay user, it's absolutely it's courseplay for consoles and all the rest of it. It really has got no fine control and definitely does not in any way, shape or form. Right, we want to stick 180s. Yeah, and we want to switch on automatic drop. And then we're going to go into a time lapse, because it's definitely been long enough for us to get these bales off the field. So let's, I'm going to say my words, let's get this job done. Yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. I'm coming at the time that's, as is always the one when you're leasing a baler. Yeah, I can see that there's only enough, if there's enough, to actually finish this bale off. Yeah, so I won't be starting another one, even if it leaves a bit of straw on the floor, because there really is very little left. In fact, I think we'll be lucky to actually, I think, just about finish it, which is nice because it means we're not wasting much straw. But yeah, I think we'll just about do it, which is fairly lucky, because you usually end up, or I usually end up with half a bale. Yeah, it's true. Yes, I'm enjoying the fact that we are on hard economy. It is tough, but it is, as I was saying on Zielonka. Oh, we're not going to do it. Oh, this is going to be mega close. It's only, I don't think we're going to do it. We should give it a shot. So there's probably a little tiny few pieces. It's so close in places, but it really is little tiny bits. I think there may be a bit at the top. I'm sure there was a little tiny turnaround that I thought, oh, we'll be all right, but this really is the dregs. Oh, 92%. I think these are the most sold string bales of all, when you actually are so close to sort of filling, you know, like doing it, and then you don't, and then you charge all over your field and you fail by 1%. Oh, I'm not prophesying. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I might have tidied it up a little bit too well. I'm sure there was a bit, but I think then we went back. Oh no, there was a bit, but I'm not sure it's enough. Yeah, it really is a little bit. Yeah, it's 3 little bits. Will it be enough? Oh, I don't think so. Right, oh dear. Ah well, it's one of those things. I wonder how half-finished bales the shop has done. It's just one of those things, isn't it, really, that's like in real life, that somebody gets these, whether they're grateful or whether they just chuck them, or yeah, I'd imagine most people make a business out of it. Come on, surely you must have a little tiny bit somewhere. Of all the maps, I've got to be honest, the others are capable of haze, but this really is terribly, really foggy and hazy, more so than any of the other maps. Yes, and again, it could be that the area is like that, lowlands that are like marshy or whatever. I think that's it. I think we're going to have to say goodbye to this bale. We've scoured the field and we have come up short. That's a shame, but hey ho, it is what it is. Right, let's grab that, this Sammy. I'm glad I've got this. I had the Sammy, I think it was a Sammy Golden on FS19. I really did like it. It had an anti-roll bar cage that made it the worst possible. Right, let's just save the game, because it's all this glitching is making me nervous. Yeah, I had a Sammy, I think it was a Sammy Golden, and it had an anti-roll bar cage, and you could not recover it if it fell over. The anti-roll bar cage was, it was the worst thing. I could almost roll any tractor bar the Sammy Golden. There was one other one that was, you just couldn't, it had got something similar, like an anti-roll bar or something that you just could not. Wow, it's really deep mist. Yeah, I thought, I was determined after the last session, I thought, just go and get the bales off that field, going to. Also, we need to be checking if this needs ploughing. I'm sure it needed ploughing, in which case we need to keep wanting to say, we'll have the storage. I got into that much of a habit when I was in a session in FS22 that so that the session didn't like get disturbed. I didn't have to keep running down the shop, but obviously that is just part of the game at the minute. It is. It's one of those features I really did like, because it's more about keeping the flow of the session going, really. Right, so we want to stick these on a flattish piece of land. We own all the way up to the rocks, but it is a little bit, yeah, we need to find a flattish area, which I think is only bit is down here, and even that is not exactly flat, but it is probably not too terrible. I'm quite pleased that we got the Anderson. That was a real good bargain. Yeah, on everything but Zielonka, I'm doing well with equipment. We're really scratching in the dirt on Zielonka, because we really are hard economy, and I really went extreme on Zielonka, where we really did the minimum we could. Obviously, you could. I know you could lease equipment to get rid of 100,000. I thought that's as close to zero on this game as anything, really. Right, let's just have a look at. Do we need to plough the fields? Do we? One more. Yes, we do. I thought so. Right, so then in that case, we haven't got a plough, have we? I think we mentioned that we've got a cultivator, but that's not going to help us with that. I'm thinking we buy the subsoiler. Yeah, but I know, but it'll take forever. I'd buy the subsoiler for breaking the ploughed state. I think this is faster than the Agco Alice. I think so, but not by a lot. If we, yeah, we need to get it done. We're going to set this going. How fast is this? Needs a bit of repair work as well. Yeah, let's get this done. We'll get this going. That's all done. The field's all sort of nicely fertilised in every single way, shape and form. And all the work we need to do is on it. Yeah, I'm enjoying the rice. I'd like to do the short grain, but it is, as the game sort of said, long grain is for those who are not rich enough to do the short grain. It's short grain is by far the more lucrative of them, but you cannot afford it straight away. It is expensive. Yeah, the equipment, that is. I mean, we did, and that's the one thing I do sort of kick myself for on this, that we had the expensive rice equipment. That was really brilliant. But I thought there's going to be lots of Hutan Pantais, and most of them are going to feature that. I'd like to work up to it. I would like to reward everybody watching, if reward is the right way to put it. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is I am going to do it with full. Seriously. Oh well, it was a subconscious thing. I thought we were getting close, so why not? Yeah, this black weirdness. It's not on all maps. Never had any of this on Zielonka, so Zielonka obviously is a conversion from FS22, and it's missing a few bits and bobs. A few sell points are not right. It's got floaty bits on it and stuff like that. I was like, again, I think obviously the real love has been shown to Hutan Pantai and obviously Riverbend Springs, so it's not really surprising. But I was a little bit shocked that it was quite that bad, especially at the fact that yeah, the sell point wasn't working. Say, I'm sure if I go back on the Let's Play on YouTube that I'm right, that I'll see exactly the same thing. I think I used to not go to it in the end because it does sell. It say that it's you can sell them there, and I'm sure it got fixed. But again, it's probably the same error on conversion as before. So we want to buy a plough. Oh, well, no, buy a subsoiler. We will lease a proper plough if we need ever to. So I want subsoiler. I'm not used to this. It's weird how you get used to your seeding. Here we go. So subsoiler. Yeah, my go-to, the DC401 in the base game. It really is, actually. I've got to be honest. It's yeah, we will buy it. Yes, because it does clear the. Oh, we could. Oh, I don't think we've got 3 points, have we? No, this is a weight jobby. There's a few like this, the Agco Alice, and which I'm grateful for because they are very reasonably priced. Let's set this going. Because as we all know, the lack of a ploughed state seriously done off. Like, it's one of the worst bonuses. That and weeding. And obviously fertilising too. Like, is there a sneaky? I don't think so. We could probably go across the headland, just past this forest, which would be a sneaky thing to do. Not terrible, but yeah, you can see field 20. It's a little bit severe as well, actually. I don't think it would be quite so sneaky a thing as you think. Also, you've got to go right the way. Yeah, looking how short the road is, I think actually we're probably just as well off to stick to the main road, because it really narrows field 26. Well, mind you, this is us looking at a mini map, where it makes everything look really tiny, but it's not necessarily as tiny as it actually looks. Yeah, the one thing I am very pleased about is the workers are better, not perfect, but they are better than anything I've seen before. I'm not sure that baler. Let's set this going. Yeah, we're going. Let's grab that out of the way. We'll give the shop a ring. We're just going to leave this trundling over the coming months, because there's very little we need to do except for get ready with our yeah, we'll ask the store to pick this up. It's all in the service. Fantastic. Yeah, this is, I've got to be honest, that was this is a beautiful thing for baling. Beautiful. It's sort of, I mean, we all know that telehandlers turn on a dime, but it was absolutely fantastic. You could literally sort of turn back on yourself almost. I mean, you could almost risk clanging the baler on you. It was that good at turning, so amazing. So we're looking for December. We'll leave that trundling along. It's not like, yeah, we're not worried about the ploughing, but it needs doing. It's the only one that does. Right, fantastic. Yeah, we've looked at the sales already, haven't we? We have indeed. Let's go through. Yeah, it is only, we did our canola oil, didn't we? And this time of year it's going to be 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm enjoying all three of the maps. Sri Lanka seems to be a battle. I've had no end of technical faults with microphones and all sorts of weird things. Very strange things that, oh, yeah, mediocre again. Leasing costs, we didn't release the, do you know, seriously? I know, terrible, I admit it. We did not call them for the coon, did we? One of these days. The amount of times I've done that recently, terrible. Now there were some good looking things in that sales. Shallow cultivator we've got. A very good price. That's a good, but we've got some in that range. That's not a bad one. Do we need that type of thing? Ooh, it's a long time since I've had that. Shallow cultivation. I didn't realise there was a shallow cultivator. I think we've got enough tractors. It's typical. I would love that in Sri Lanka. Yeah, it's amazing. That I think that's the first time I've seen the 3650 in the sales. 58% off. I mean, it's amazing. It's 45,000 anyway. That's doesn't seem quite right. The sums 50% off would be 40.25. Yeah, because it's 45,000. So that doesn't quite seem right. Perhaps it's an approximation. Yeah, I would buy it, but I just don't think we need it. We've already got the ones in that particular thing. So oh, we got fuel costs in the settings. Are we paying Stop and go braking. Oh, we have as well. Ah. Right, okay, we're not now. Let's go through to... We're going to look at prices in November, because sometimes it can be almost as good as December for our bread. So I'm gonna, yeah, we're not going to miss that. And obviously at the beginning, although it says you can sell, it's not selling. So whether that's another glitch or whether it's the nature, I would have thought you could sell from there. You can with most, but maybe it's one of those... The downside to that particular type, the Prinoth, the only tree stump grinder. Do we buy that in case? Oh, and that horse part, the box. I think we're going to buy both. Yeah, because that's fertilizer and seeds as well. That's just too good. It's normally very expensive, so that's a cracker. Well, not terribly expensive. Right, let's have a look at the prices and see what we, like what we're looking at for bread. Is 1771943. So we are actually off at the minute. Yeah, you can see it looks like the prices are... I have seen a great demand where the price went above on Sri Lanka. Yeah, it was literally out of... But obviously then it went to a low price. But yeah, one more month definitely. Let's go through how are we doing on our field. Let's just have a look at the progress. I wouldn't have thought very much at the minute. Oh, more than you think. Wow, I'm impressed. Surprising what working through the night will do for you. It is. Right, one more month and then hopefully we're going to get the bread gone. Yes, it is amazing. On FS25 it was one of those features that obviously a lot of people didn't use the selling from productions very much. There were lots of people were saying it was really terrible. That's a good tick up. We're saying it was terrible prices, and it really wasn't actually. It was quite good. Oh, my T2. Oh, we've already got one. We could buy it for the shop. We could, and we could put government signs down for it. This is true, because it's the only way that I've found so far of actually doing that. I think I always used to do this before, and obviously I used to have the F12 and things, so we could to buy that for the shop. How much is the John Deere? That is brilliant. 175 horsepower. Again, I think we've got enough. It's amazing. We're getting all these beautiful deals. That's... I think we can manage as we are. It is true though. That is a bit. And yeah, I'm right. Let's have a look at the prices. Any excuse to buy my favourite telehandler. Right, 1920 at the restaurants. Now then, have we? Oh no! 1974 Goldcrest Valley. Where do we go? Oh, I think we go to in the town. I think we saw that. I think it's down right by the harbour, not the harbour, the other side of the. Yeah, so we need to go to the train, which is where we... Oh, my life. Where do we get the train? It looks very much like there is no... Ah, there. Tag place. Right, we need to go to that. Right, okay, we also need to pack the bread on. And of course we've got a couple in our little tiny shed that, yeah, that was a bit annoying, because obviously I'm not sure about... And the other bad thing is, obviously, it's... You lose half of the value straight away, so even if it's a terrible job in base game, I think it ought to be a little bit like, there's a bit of... give and take, as in like if you sold it straight away it's because it's in a bad position, so therefore you get it for like free, but because otherwise you can make a right botch job. And I know it's true, we all know you should hit save. We do. Oh no, that's in the concrete, still in the concrete, and now it amazes me, it really does how gently does it. Right, I'm going to go into a time lapse because this could take a while. With if I'm dropping, because it's so uneven the ground, although obviously we're not looking at it like that, it really is terribly, terribly uneven. So yeah, it's I would say my words, and we'll see you guys and gals on the other side. Well, 9,095. It's it's quite funny, but on both Sri Lanka and this, we've got generators. Now I've got the smaller generator. I've got to be honest, going forwards, I think you need a generator at the minute. While base game is like it is, I don't think you can. It's just too. I think it's one of those really top priorities that you have one of those type of things. How are we doing on our field? I would have thought. And the other thing is, do not come through the middle of town. Those traffic lights are a nightmare. Oh, I think we. Now, you didn't tell me you were like finished or that you were stuck. Have you done everything? Yes, you have. Do you know, seriously, some of these workers, you've got to watch them like hawks. Right, smash it, that can stay there. So that's been done. That's brilliant. Let's go grab that and retrieve it. That's, yeah, fully fit. I'm glad we can see that. So that's all done. Is there anything? Not this. No, not in December. I don't think there's much you can do in December. Yes, I'm going to try to find a route that avoids the middle of town. I think you still got to go through town though. Yeah, we'll see. There's traffic lights everywhere. It's such a nightmare. Can we use? Is there any sneaky path? Oh, you got to go over a major waterway. Let's try. Yeah, let's like see if we can find a better way that we don't like. I also, the other thing is, I thought, well, mind you, no, I did need this. I was going to say I needed to load it. I knew I needed to load the train, so I did do right. I was thinking on the way. I thought really ought to have brought the lorry, but that really wouldn't have helped us very much. Although I suppose you could put the telehandler on the back. This hill was a bit of a nightmare to say the least. So yeah, £9 grand. Not bad, but if we were relying totally on our income from on Sri Lanka, I was just totting up as I came out from the session and even that's been made more difficult by the fact that obviously it's not working properly. But I should have earned 12,000 for a year's graft on grass. 12,000. It's just. It is hard economy. It is. I mean, I know that, but what I mean is that it's you find yourself when you go to hard economy to begin with, like going, "Woe is me," because the prices take some getting used to. I'm contemplating on doing it all of the time. Is there any? No, there isn't really. And that's going to be tough. It really is. I realise that, but it is. I want it to be realistic. It is tough. That's how hard it is for farmers. It's not an easy way to make a living. You get a few thousand back, and once you get into the game, as we do, once the Let's Play develops, I mean, obviously even on normal and that, but it's even nicer. Even on hard economy, your first few years, you're sort of eking a living and breaking even, if anything, and then obviously, oh, wow, amazing detail. Wow, that's fantastic. It really is. Grand effort. I love the leaves in the gutters and in the middle of the roads. Very nice touch for this time of year. Now I've got. I realised I went through one set of red traffic lights, but then I obeyed the next 3 sets, which I really wish I'd have not seen them. If there was nobody coming, I thought, well, you know, the rules of the road, got to be good. Unless you get a lorry van that decides they're stopping for no reason at all. Obviously got lost. Yeah, so this is the way. Oh, hang on. Oh no, it's just saying stop. It's not saying you can't go this way. But yeah, there's no traffic lights this way. But of course, you don't come this way. I realised that was not really a stop. It was a pause. Yeah, so we finally sold our bread. I know why it's done, probably. I mean, but then again, no, it was, yeah, FS25. Although everyone else didn't use it, I used it from the very beginning as selling, because it's so convenient. You do pay a surcharge for your, I was going to say minions, but well, I suppose sort of. Yeah, to pay your workers. That's a nice way to put it. Yeah, to pay your workers for obviously running it in the background. Yeah, that's It really isn't it. Right, so let's go, try to go through, I would say, let's try and get this through. How are we doing in that? What, rice oil, 1,000 litres, active rice oil long. Yeah, that's what we've only got the rice oil going, haven't we? And it is quite a loss, quite a heavy loss. We've got 1,835, 801 litres of bread. That's gone up a few in the few minutes. It was 700 and something, so that's not bad. Yeah, remind me. I know, I'm so tempted, but again, it really would be for the shop. Then you've got to put government subsidy signs. Yeah, I had a bit of a go at tweaking an XML to add the money that way. And it sort of there's a variable somewhere that basically and I wasn't trying to cheat, I was trying to legitimately add money but you can only use the mods basically, unless you know where. There's a deeper XML basically that obviously does the work really to like keep that variable from you cheating really, or I mean there are lots of basically the government the signs, the government subsidy, they're the way that the game is allowing you to. Oh, now that was a cracker. 26,000. Woohoo! Ooh, that would be nice to own for the future. It would, because you could upgrade it. That's a real cracking price. 203 horsepower. Yeah, I hope they fix this soon. What can that go up to? What is the top? 303. How much does that cost? Huh? It said we could go up to 303. Oh, it was just very slow. Yeah, it was too quick for it. 33,000, that's very reasonable actually. I know it was strippers of every bit, but I think we'll buy the a proper plough. Isn't that typical? We've just gone and 360 out. That 30, that could probably manage that, but we can't afford both. Well, we could just afford both, but it would cripple us. And we would like a baler, but that we're going to say yes to. We won't. I think that's probably as high as we should need to go. I don't think we're going to need anything bigger. I'm tempted. We can always lease. We don't need to plough that often. Yeah, or most of the fields on the map seem to be fairly right with like what like the way things are. So let's have a look. Have we got anything? I think no. We've only got the two businesses. Yeah. Let's have a look at the growth on our rice. Yeah. Stubble tillage. That's seed bed. Harvested, ready to growing. Let's just move that a minute. Stubble tillage. Doesn't look at all. Oh no, it won't be growing. No, we've done it. I'm being silly. Yeah, we've got to like do it in April. So I'd like to go through to April. That'd be quite nice. Yeah, still 9 o'clock. So our equipment is blossoming, but I can't say it's from the business, other than the energy business, really, that's really keeping us afloat. I mean, we did invest nearly all of our money in it, so it's not like that's unexpected. But and again, it's only, yeah, it's like. But that 18,000 or 26,000 every single month is two businesses, really, and that so we're sort of doing better than we would have done had we not had that. Is this not the third time the SAMAS has appeared? Right, we do have a mower. That's not a bad mower, that isn't actually. I mean, we've already got a SAMAS that's. I do think that one has got that ability to. Looking at that, to windrow, which the old one didn't have, and it's also 9.4 meters. So, oh, the vegetable one. This is 6 meter as well. The trouble is, it's weird, but I like vegetables, and I've got a little one on. I was looking at the Let's Plays, and I was thinking you're almost mirroring what you're doing on one to another. We've already got one of those on. But I suppose you've got to do what's good for your farm. I think we will. The 6 meter for that is very good value. Yes. And we've got that seed box for the front. We've got our subsoil of stroke plough for getting rid of the ploughed state, and we've got a cultivator as well for cultivating. So we really, on that side of things, are doing very well. So let's go through to March. Well, we really want to be going to 8 o'clock now. Yeah, I do love what they've done to the time. That used to fox me all the time, and it was my fault. It was fairly obvious when you worked it out, but it was obviously for a game. The game didn't allow you to do what obviously naturally you should be able to do. Now this does. This has been tweaked. Ooh, now that was a cracker. 29,000. Wow. Deja vu or what? Please tell me we did buy it, and that's just another one that's. Yeah, it is. I was going to say, I thought it was. I thought, am I seeing things? So we could have two. I'm quite happy with one. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, you could set two going, it is true, but I think 6 metres is it's better than any other of the planters we've got. I'd like to have a go with spinach, even if we have to lease the equipment, but we've got our businesses to go. Obviously, we want to do 2 sets of flour, which at the minute we have got going. At least I think we have. Let's just check. Grain meal is wheat is still, and yeah, that's the out of product, isn't it now? Out of rice, and the wheat flour is down to 8 tons of wheat. So I'd imagine that must be the bakery that's got too much. No, the rice flour's done well as well, and the flour too. Bread is ticking up nicely. They're both active. Yeah, they are. That's all that matters. Grain meal. Yeah, we want to be doing more oils. Obviously, the thing is with the bakery, because it is so weak. I mean, the good thing is it's 2 sets of flour, 2 separate sets of flour. So that's quite good. It also makes 2 separate kinds of bread. At least it's supposed to. That's if I've got it. Yeah, no, we've got them both going. That's definitely true. Obviously produces bread, but like it's 2 sets of bread, so it's twice as good as it should be. And we saw that really it's almost a ton a month, which is about 12 months in 12 tons of the if it didn't run out. So yeah, you've really got to keep it going. But I've made the mistake on riverbed springs of I've got too many flowers making flour. And I thought about it after the session. I thought, hang on a minute, you can only produce one lot of bread from like you've got oats, you've got wheat, you've got loads of wheat, loads of oats, and you can only make 1 set of flour. It doesn't speed it up. So yeah, there's a bit of you'd need a second bakery, which at that point, I mean, this is what I said about base game before the upgrade factories mod that dropped, that was made, which was fantastic. Really, you can't. I think I had 6 or 7 dairies on Hobo's Hollow because we just couldn't cope with. We'd got 500 odd cows, and it couldn't cope. It just, even with 7 dairies, we still had an excess every single day, and you had to occasionally run off your milk, which is a nice place to be. But what I'm trying to say is, the upgrade dairy, when that dropped, I had 1 dairy all the time, and you would upgrade it to meat to match the thing. We know it's probably it's a yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that in real life, but then you wouldn't have a big factory like you get on these maps where you couldn't keep up with your where they're so terrible, where they only produce, I mean, factories belt out hundreds, tens of tons a month, not like a couple like we got in the game. So it's sort of a bit of a travesty, and like these are probably not too far, or these perhaps could be doing with a bit of tweaking, but the reason you can't is because it makes the big factories look silly then, because oh wow, hang on a minute, didn't we get this last time? It's almost like these are getting stuck. Flour, rice, flour, bread. So there's 1,000. We did the same with canola. We gave it plenty of time for that to pop. This is a bit glitchy. I mean, I've got to be honest. We've like now got loads of bread at the beginning of the year, so that's quite shocking. Right, so next month we'll go through to next month. and then that is where we're going to leave it. Yeah, I think we might go and repair the fence as well. I'm looking forward to having the fence on. Is that the first fence that I've owned in FS25? I think it is actually, yeah. Right, so we want to go through. I'll press on the button, I'm not even on the sleep trigger. Right, let's go through, and then we will. Yeah, we need to be getting next session. In fact, let's go and get the fence now, because otherwise we're wasting time. We could also grab something else from down there. We've got a right menagerie of equipment down there. This, of course, is going to cost us quite a bit. We have snow appearing on the map. Yeah, now you can see the draw, how slow that is. And that's not my graphics card, that is the game. Yeah, so the engine seems a little bit slow. Let's get everything repaired. I'm trying to think what we'll need first. The stump cutter, I don't think we're going to need it really, but you never know. And it's the only thing in the game so far that can actually... That's true, the seeder would be very useful. Because it also fertilises. Also, do we, whilst we're down here, do we get some seeds and fertiliser and get ahead? I think we've got some down at the farm though. But then again, we're going to run out. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, while we're down here, why don't we just fill that, grab a ton of each, and that way we've got some more. You've got to be it's a bit more like where the barrels are. I think it's out a bit as well. This is the only thing I don't like about the triggers, and that's, yeah, that's just going to cost us a lot for the fence, I have no doubt. Yeah. Oh, you were right. And repair, yes. Fantastic. And let's just check that we've got both. Fertiliser distribution, yes. Oh, wow. Okay, we didn't have it. It is fantastic that you've got that ability to have that though. Right, let's just grab... Yeah, I think the shop's the same. I think it's not right. I think it's sort of in the middle-ish about here. So we need... Yeah, I keep forgetting that it's all in one now, but it's actually in the... We did check. Yeah, we did, definitely. Consumables... We want a solid fertilizer. Yeah, these are the same. I know that if you buy the seeds, you get slightly more seeds, don't you? I think we only need one. I'm sure it's... Yeah, there's a few nice sounds in the game as well. Yeah, we want seeds, which is in the seeder section, isn't it? I don't know if this is better or worse, but yeah, this you get an extra 50 litres presently, so I know there is a bit, we have got a bit on the side of the field as well. I just thought we'd get the jump on this. We could sort of like assist, or let the workers start on the middle and get this across, and so we're down to 65,000. Where is our fertiliser? At the other end. Quite a nice... Oh, hang on, has that done the wrong? No, because there's not that much... if we drop the front box... Yeah, so it's either, even though it says carrots, it's gone wrong a little. Right, okay. Yeah, it's got the wrong... It's got its knickers in a twist. Let's get this back home, and we still need to... I would like to have a go with the... But I realise we need a tank as well to actually... Let's put some lights on. It's a bit dingy. And then we're just going to go through till April morning. Ooh, that glitching still. At least we got the bales done. I'm very, very pleased with that. It is true though, in base game, there's very little you can actually do with bales or straw, as I was saying that last session. You really need something like straw hats or, yeah, something else to be made with straw, like you can do in real life. I do like that, but they do some. I think we saw it on this Let's Play where they hover next to you and then like pull back. It's a bit, yeah, not quite perfect. But then it's, as I've said, really, giants have got to be careful. They've got to sort of try to make them a little bit passive, which is why they're a bit timid, and that also makes them a bit dangerous. But yeah, so we'll go through till April, and we will. Hopefully the snow will be gone. That's my worry. We will let the Fent have the pleasure of running around with this. So, it's only slightly stronger than our other tractors. We do really seriously need a proper shed at some point, though. Yeah, I think we need to invest. It's only trouble. I've always said this about start from scratch. Is yeah the fact that glitching with the white. I've lost my tack now. What I was going to say. It can't have been terribly important. Yeah, so I've got fertiliser. I've got a bit of seeds left over here as well from when we originally brought it across. I don't think we're running out of seeds, and we probably will have some left in the other one as well from last year, because I think it was still only down to 400. Yeah, seeds seem very good. Very, very good. So then let's go through. I was hoping we might be able to buy another field, but with buying the fence, we've sort of scuppered that plan. Yeah, we do need also to be doing sunflower. Yeah, that's what was my thought. Sunflowers at the same month as well. We've not used that, and I think that also does the fertilizer too. So we'll probably swallow all of that up. So 83,597 we have in the sales. It's only a 125. Does that matter? I think we'll be patient. It's got to be around Baylor. I mean, to be honest, the full price is 67,000 of the 180s that I love. So the one we actually use. So I think we'll say no. But we're good. So 83,597. We're growing. We are. That's the main thing. But unfortunately, although as we saw the draw distance, it's possible. Yeah, I think it's receding. If you look at the back of the map, the wave is coming. It's just very slow. Hopefully Giants will do something about that, because it's a little bit shocking. It's very, very... Look at the speed of that. Terrible. Yeah, and it's definitely not down to the limitations of my laptop. It's got a Ryzen 9 processor, so I'm not showing off. I'm just saying it really isn't down to... wow, that's so slow. Yeah, it's not down to this. You'd have a slowdown with this when I'm moving and things like that if it was struggling. Right, anyway, we're going to leave it there. Next session we're going to get on, hopefully when that wave finally arrives, we'll get those 2 fields done and yeah, get sunflowers. We might still be able to buy someone else's field as we did a couple of years ago, last year. Yeah, and we are growing, but I would also like to convert this to a standard, to the short grain. So this year, one project I'd like to do is to get the rice growing thing on, yeah, as a production. Well, it's not a production, it's a greenhouse, isn't it? I'd like to get that done as we had at the farm originally, so that we can grow our own rice, and then we'll probably either lease the proper or buy, yeah, whichever really. But really, if we're going to do that, it's going to cost us a fortune. We need to make it worthwhile, and as we saw with this, it does cost you a bit. What I mean is it's hardly worth us actually leasing for one field of rice that big piece of equipment. So yeah, we really need to have gone in a bigger way. I think at least a couple of fields before we go short grain rice. So I think we'll see how we do with all of the crop and the oil and all the rest by the end of this year. Yeah, I mean, the one good thing about this is, although being as we've only got a couple of fields, it doesn't take you long to prep or to go through the year, it means you can sometimes get through a year in a session, which is not bad in the beginning. But when this grows to the point where your fields are getting bigger, then of course it takes an awful lot longer to actually get around, and your sessions take longer, or it takes 3 sessions to do all your work or all that type of stuff, and then it really does slow down. So I like this. So one of the things I love about Start From Scratch is the fact that in the very beginning you can really see the growth, definitely. And that's where I'm going to leave it, yeah. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.